What's up, guys, and welcome back. TJ Dupay here with Millennial Mortgage. Today we're going to go into a little bit more depth while still keeping it simple on your monthly payment and the monthly obligations that you have as a homeowner. This is super important to understand, especially as a first-time homeowner. To do this, I'm going to split all of these payments into three categories. Number one is your PITI payment, or PITI payment, principal, interest, taxes, insurance. That is your must-haves. Number two is going to be optional. That's not really optional to you, it's optional to your house, but we're going to go over those. And number three are just a few extra payments that you might not have thought of. So number one, PITI payment. These are your must-haves. Every home loan is going to include these monthly financial obligations. This includes number one, principal. This is the amount of money that you have to pay per month to pay back what you have borrowed from the bank lending you money. Number two, interest. This is the monthly obligation to pay the bank not only the portion of the money that you've borrowed, but the interest that they charge. Number three, every house has to abide by property taxes in the city or county. That's going to be that T payment. And I is insurance. There's a few different kinds of insurance. We're going to talk about that in the next section. But the PITI insurance refers to your hazard insurance or homeowner's insurance. The second category that we're going to talk about is your optionals. These are things that might be included or might not, depending on what kind of loan you get, as well as what kind of house you get. Number one is HOA. Depending on what kind of house you get, if you get a condo, if you get a townhouse, or a single family residence, you may or may not have an HOA payment that you have to pay to your neighborhood for keeping things clean, like the streets, sidewalks, maybe taking care of the exterior of your house. And number two is what's called private mortgage insurance. Anytime that you get a loan with a low down payment, below typically 20%, you're gonna pay private mortgage insurance. Unlike hazard insurance or homeowner's insurance, mortgage insurance isn't to protect you, it's to protect the bank for lending you so much money with so little down. That part of your payment is going to stay on there until your loan reaches 20% of the house's value. So if you have a $100,000 house, that's going to stay on there roughly until you have paid off $20,000. Awesome. Our third category is just a few extras that you might not have thought about. The two big ones that we're going to talk about is number one, utilities. These are going to be paid to whatever utility company you decide to use. Minimizing your utilities is as simple as minimizing the energy you use. Also, are you going to be using gas or electric heating? Things like that you can kind of dig into. And number two is repair costs. The big kicker that a lot of people don't think about is repair costs. If you have an AC unit go out in the middle of the summer, you might have to drop a few grand to make sure that your house stays livable and nice and cool. All of these costs added up can seem like a lot more than the initial quote you got, because a lot of times that initial quote might only be that first must-haves category, your principal and interest, or principal, interest, taxes, and insurance. And so keep in mind, you have your must-haves, your PITI payment, you have your optionals, depending on what kind of loan you get, what kind of house you get, and then you also are always gonna have a few monthly expenses that are just tied to being a homeowner, like your utilities, repairs, maybe even pest control, things like that. If you have more questions or want me to answer a specific question or go into depth on one of these categories, please leave a comment in the comment section below. If you found this video to be of value, give me a like, hit subscribe, and share this video with a friend. Really helps me out a lot. Thanks again, guys. Teach you to pay with Millennial Mortgage, and have a good day.